Alright, so this is so I can link this back to my Facebook where I've been posting the 3D print stuff. As you can see, we're printing. This is actually going to be a Cthulhu idol, but I'm test printing it because, here, let me see if I can get a better look at this. So because it's been so cold lately, I'm getting some curling, if you see there on the right side, where it looks like it's curled a little, the plastic's curled on the right a little higher than the plastic on the left. Even after this pass, where the plastic will be freshly laid down on the left side, it still is not as high as the right. So yeah, so we have this is the dice tower that I normally make, and this is normal size, and it's not fully printed. I just, when it was enough to scale here, so you can see it. Let's run some dice in it really fast, so you can see it, and there you go. And it has a stairway that curls around here and goes up, so it would start up here somewhere, and you put it in and roll down a ramp onto these stairs, roll around into this little tray. Okay, but it's the table. I'll get that in a minute. The table is not level. There's a bow in it, which is actually why I use this table for the printer, because the printer's actually sitting on the braces of the table and not the center because it was so big. Alright, so anyway, so this is the model of the thing. This was a test print for Lucky Cats, and I was having some problems because it would stop printing and begin retracting. So yeah, forgive me, I've been painting, so my hands are super dirty. This is what that looks like, and let me show you now. It still is cutting off the print. What are you guys doing over there? It's still cutting off the print, but I believe that this is actually something fairly useful. That this weekend when I go to play D&D. So this is a Lucky Cat, and as you can see, he has no head. He has a little hand. So in D&D, there's this thing called Inspiration, and you get an extra dice to roll when you want to use it, so he holds your Inspiration dice up. And then if you have bad dice, he also doubles as, like, let's say you've already used your Inspiration and you just need it to go away. Goes right in there. Let's say you have bad dice and you need them to go to dice jail. Well, let's have your dice jail be Lucky Cat. So get you a little luck in there. But this isn't what I want to show you. Even though it is an ingenuitive way to use this half print, I've actually made a couple of them now. But let's move on. So I was telling you that I was building the biggest print I've ever made. This is obviously not it, but it's here so I could show you the scale of the biggest print, the one I was showing you guys that night. This is the same amount of stairs, as you can see, 3 there, 3 here. This is the same amount of stairs built on the scale of that this is now. So this is in comparison, but it failed to print because the filament broke, and I believe there was a burr on here somewhere where the nozzle just set after the printer filament broke for a minute. But anyways, and the stringing that I described inside you guys before, this is what stringing is when it's too hot between two places. It makes these little cobwebby things. Alright, but so after much deliberation and trial and error, I can show you this completed dice tower. This is the completed dice tower. It is the biggest print I've ever done. There's a funny part to this too. So I had some layer adhesion problems here. There's actually a crack there, and let's see if I can get it in the light. A crack here. Now these are actual cracks. You can see if I wiggle it. There's light in a gap there. Alright, so these are actual cracks, but the rest of the layers look pretty good. So the crack didn't go all the way through, and it's a viable print. It's not perfect, but it's manageable. I could sand this, prime it, paint it, and these cracks would disappear. And the other problem is, that. You didn't get to see that. Let me show it to you again. We'll turn this way. So you can see it there. I am super proud of this print. Hold on a minute, because I dropped this dice. Well, let's use the one out of the Lucky Cat. That is the one out of the Lucky Cat. Let's use one of these. So, I am super proud of this print. And, I have to excuse my hand covering the camera there. So, the thing I'll show you, though, is when you change the dimensions on something, you always change its functionality. So there's a dead drop from the top of the tower here to a ramp that's about here that comes out of a door. Let me see. Where is the door? The door's on this side. So the door starts about, yeah, about here, right? So this thing is supposed to go in here and roll down these stairs and come out onto that little shelf. Let's watch what happens, though, when we change the dimensions. Yep. It just shoots right over this wall because the wall doesn't go up high enough. And I'll be able to finish that because I'm just going to put a guard on this duct tape and some cardboard. Put a guard on that so that it works. And I can still show off my super awesome giant dice tower. But let's look at its functionality otherwise. Let's start it from the bottom of the ramp down the stairs, which does work. Because it's not moving at that high of a velocity. So we'll drop it from here, and there you go. That's what it does. And as simple as that is, this is the biggest print I have ever made. Let me find something to put to scale, something common. Oh, pops. Most people know what size pops are. So this is a pop vinyl, Bob Ross pop vinyl, next to this tower. So that's how big it is compared to a pop vinyl of Bob Ross. So yeah, so successful printing, yay! And it was done on a really low detail setting. So it's not fine. I want to say it's 1.75 millimeter extrusion, which means that's the size that it's printing at. For instance, so let me see if I can get a look at these lines in the light for you. Yeah, there we go. The camera's kind of seeing these line striations here. See them? So that is a 1.75 extrusion level. And if I show you, if we can just get a look at this when it makes this pass, you'll see it's a much finer extrusion level here. You can barely see those lines. So this is done in a faster format, so that if I had done it in fine, the build time I think was 3 days, and this was 20 hours. So that's why we did it at a lower or a higher millimeter setting. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. And like I said, I'm gonna link this to the Facebook along with my happy accident here, Lucky Cat dice jail and inspiration holder. So those are two successful prints. This Lucky Cat actually is not a successful print. I know I keep panning by it, and then people might be like, "Oh, there's a successful print right there." Actually, if you get a really good look, this is not a successful print. This is a print that this just had runoff all over the place until at some point here by the tail it caught. And then that line there is the first extrusion layer that stuck, and then it just built the rest of the way up. And this happens a lot with the Lucky Cat. This is the Lucky Cat G code they send you. G code is what you use to print with on the printers in general. For instance, when I do test prints, this is a figure base of a furball cleric. Hold on, cover the camera one more time. Got my dog mess over here and all this scrap. All right, let's see. So this is a Furbolg Cleric base that I just wanted to test print the how it was going to do the boots and the hollow thing. And all in all, it did a fairly good job, except for, and again, the camera's having trouble. But on the right leg, that extrusion at the top that makes like looks like a little wing at the top, that shouldn't be there. It's not on the model at all. It is a screw up from the let's put it up here and try it here. It's a screw up from the code cutting it because there wasn't enough material, which I knew going in. I just wanted to see how well it would do the base and the actual boots on the thing that should print fine. And those came out great. And what I've been doing was I've been making bed-wide prints because I have trouble with the paper method of leveling the bed, but I can make a print that I know that will go bed-wide, right? And then under here are these adjustment bolts, right? And turning them either raises or lowers this corner of the bed, right? So you need it to be level as you can get. And since I'm using the this glue technique, this is all dried glue stick, and then when you hit it with hairspray, it becomes tacky again and gets a great adhesion on the bed. It's actually so good sometimes that I can't get it off, which is demonstrated on my progressive D&D print back there. And yeah, that was the print bed I was originally going to use, but it was too thin and didn't level correctly, so I ended up making a little montage of in-progress prints. And this is a good example of actually how I learned to print things. So to level the center so it was acceptable, the first print clearly had problems. The second print had a few problems. The third print comes out crystal clear. There should be a brim on it, but I took the brim off to make it look a little cleaner. And that's actually not the finished print. It just, I stopped it when I realized what adjustments I needed to make. But this is not a level bed, a little bit more level. It seems to be level in the center. And then from the center, you have to you have to get the corners where they're level. So if you extrude out here, this individual screw is level compared to the screw here and the two screws in the back. Because if it's not level, then it just prints funny and you get problems like this guy here. That will just happen constantly, or you get balls of string, or, which happened to us already, I went to sleep while there was a print. Actually, it was this print. That's the bottom of this tower here. Let me turn it so you can see a little bit better. Yeah, that's the same dimensions of that tower there. And I just took this little drawer off because I will take this one off too eventually. But when I went to sleep, it actually clogged and built a ball, and then this is called the reservoir. It actually backed hot plastic up into here, and then it got stuck. So we had to change the reservoir. But that got solved because my wife is a lot more delicate than I am, so she was able to help me come out here and repair it. And now we're printing Cthulhu. So, but yeah, super proud of the giant tower, and I can't wait to use it at D&D once I get the guardrail put up there so I don't fling dice across the table. All right, well, oh, and these, I can't wait to use these. This is gonna be so great because again, this reminds you, hey, Mr. DM. You can give it inspiration for cool things, which is very important in 5th edition. So, all right, well, that's it. Let me see if I can't figure out how to turn this camera around. Well, I guess I can't. All right, well, that's it for this. I'm glad you guys got to see this. This is that crap PLA that I hate, which is why all these things are made out of it, because it was this or throw it away. So I was like, well, we'll try and find a way to use it. So there we go. All right, next time I get something really successfully printed and have a major step forward, I will share that again with you. Until next time, thanks for watching.